Okay, this PowerPoint supports level 3 business studies. Marketing planning is the internal. The first lesson here, introduction to business strategy. So we'll understand what is meant by business strategy, explain the idea of corporate culture, and this went on to analyse specific corporate cultures of New Zealand companies. So first and foremost, when we talk about business strategy, there's different approaches which come together to under that umbrella term of business strategy. This is futures thinking, thinking about what immediate issues coming up in the future. Strategic intent. So what do you intend to do strategically? What are your plans? What you intending to achieve? Added to that, corporate culture that we're going to look at today. Specific types of strategy that some companies utilize, planning for that strategy, and then obviously once you've done strategy, evaluating analyzing the strategy, and then obviously evaluating, did it go well, did it not go so well, what could you have done to improve. So first and foremost, specifically we're looking at corporate culture. Now the whole idea of corporate culture is a very complex idea, and it's basically the whole idea, like countries, organizations have their own way of doing things, their own cultures, their own histories, their own traditions. And a lot of this is reflected in these things written down here. We've got beliefs, ideals, mission statements, visions, leadership, teamwork, logos, image. All of these things should be linking together very clearly to form what we refer to as the culture. Added to that is their ability to be flexible, to be adaptable to issues and changes that may occur that they have to face. And then added to that, their ability to handle that change and manage that change. So the whole idea is beliefs and values shared by people who work in organisations. Lots of organisations, and the organisations we're referring to are the big multinational organisations that would employ thousands of people. What is very important is that they have a clear understanding of how they should be behaving with each other. Despite their different backgrounds, they should come together under the organisation umbrella culture, and that should be the culture which influences the way that they behave with each other, the way that they behave with their customers, clients, the way that they view relationships with stakeholders. Okay, responses to community involvement. Okay, responses to traditional things, work ethics. Overall, as well, how the organisation believes in their employees, its training, their professional development, etc., etc. All of these things very much reflect the overriding culture of what an organisation is all about. So, the very basic point of reference for a corporate culture is if you look at its vision. Okay, where is the organisation looking and hoping to go in the future? Added to that, the mission statement therefore highlights the beliefs of an organisation and where it is now. Okay, and so with these, all of this whole idea of these visions and these missions reflected in the leadership. Okay, how they behave, their attitude, the attitude to the role of individuals. Okay, how simple things like how does the organisation plan out its working environment? Is it open plan offices? Do people work in teams? Do people work in isolation? Simple thing, the logo of the organisation says so much, but it also reflects what the culture of the organisation is. And that also presents to the outside world. And overall as well, some of these cultures, organisations have to accept change. Change is a very basic thing of that they have to deal with it as managers. And what is their attitude to change? Okay, whoops, let's go back. So, as a point of reference, if you look at Google, if you look at this YouTube reference, we saw that the corporate culture, how it's pervaded in Google, as an example, it gives you a bit of an impression. Now, what we were doing, we were looking at specific New Zealand companies, so Warehouse Group, Te Papa, Xero, Vend we didn't look at, please feel free to, and Star Now, and to analyse what exactly was the corporate culture. Now, in looking at these organisations, what we need to go back to see is these things. So for each of these organisations, what their beliefs, ideals, mission statements, visions, leaderships, teamwork, logos, image, flexibility and change management. and then comparing some of these to be more analytical by looking what are the similarities between these organisations. They might have very distinct business, um, what their business is might be very distinct. However, their corporate cultures might be very similar. Okay, what are the similarities? What are the differences? Who has the strongest culture and why? And is there anything which the companies do that reflects, so their strategies, how do their strategies reflect their objectives and therefore exemplify what the corporate culture is all about? Thank you very much.